Welcome to 18 Acres Journals. My name is Linda, and I thank you for visiting. Today, I wanted to discuss a little bit about how my September craft fair went. Yesterday was Saturday, and today is Sunday. I'll hopefully have this video up for you by tomorrow, Monday. I uh, I was both disappointed and yet favored. Let me explain. Disappointed because every single time prior to any craft fair that I go to, I work feverishly behind scenes to make as many pockets, tags, journals, traveler's notebooks, bill folders, whatever it is that I'm bringing that particular month. I work really hard and I get as much done as I can. I have like a little quota I want to keep. And then when I finish that quota, I'm all excited. I'm like, yay, now they have lots to choose from. And hopefully that'll draw all the customers and they'll all be happy and they're going to want to buy everything. And of course, everybody thinks that about their own stuff. But that's not how it went down. I sold one little teeny $10 brand new made birth flower month lined journal that I created. You just write in it. There's no pockets, there's no tags, and that was the only one. But I did sell tags, pockets with tags, pocket flips. I sold a happy mailer, and just a few things. Most people took my card and we chatted. A lot of people didn't even know what they were or what they were for. So, and then favored. Let me explain that. Two people came to my table and said, I bought a journal from you before and gave it to for my daughter, and she was a little girl, like 12 years old. She goes, but it was so pretty. I took it from her. I didn't want her to mess it up. I'm like, the whole point of you getting it is so she can write in it. And then another lady said, I follow you on Facebook. I thought, oh, how sweet is that? So she knows. And then my neighbor showed up, had no clue whatsoever that I even did this. And she literally lives across the street from me. I gave her a business card, told her to check me out online, and I'm going to work with her, hopefully, on a custom order for her mother. And she had a whole box of old paperworks that she said she wanted to give me. And I said, ooh, let's try to make you a journal from this. So I was favored in that. And then I was also favored in the fact that the weather was perfect. My husband was able to sit with me. And even though I didn't sell the way I wanted to sell, I had a lot of customers take my business card. And that's the beginning. It's the open door. But after coming home, putting all my Tupperwares back in here, I started thinking, what do I want to do differently? Because I feel like the showcase of my craft fair are the journals themselves, but everybody's getting all waddled down inside. What are these? The pockets, the tags, etc. So I decided not to make the pockets, the tags, the journal cards, the ephemera packs, any of those things anymore. I will still keep making my hidden paper clips, my prissy dangles, and my packets of 10 tabs, because those are things that they can purchase that won't I mean, there's 3 items hanging on a pegboard, so that'll be okay. I will bring my custom order pack of traveler's notebooks. I have 2 of those that I made and one that I was displaying. I'll bring those. I'll bring what's left of my bill folders, and that's it. The ephemera of all types, all the other stuff I'm taking out of their packages and putting them in my basket. And so when I create journals in the future, I'm just going to pull from those. And when my basket starts to get low, then I'll make more. But yeah, I have to be mindful of what, my time goes to. And it takes a lot of time to make those little things. But I also have Christmas card keepsakes, Christmas journals, and I think those will. I do have Christmas tags and pockets, but I think I'm going to pull those. I think I'm just going to pull those out and just sell what's hanging on the pegboard and those couple items. I think that way they can concentrate on the big things. And I'm going to try to upload a bunch more for eBay also. I wanted to also walk you around and show you what my create room looks like right now. When you first walk in the door, there's not trash on the floor. There's 3 little dots that are coming through the window. Anyhow, when you first walk through the door, you see what is my main desk, where I used to work, where I actually do most of my paperwork now. And I do hold supplies in here. I keep most of my supplies on this desk and then in that corner. And this desk is where I like to do my filming and most of my work. As you can see, it's pretty clean right now because I normally bring my supplies over here when I'm working. And I just take this chair. I only need the one to travel over here or over to this, which is a sewing machine. You can't tell right now. But anyhow, this is where I keep all my supplies in there, and in these colorful ones in this file here and in here, and then also in the closet. Okay, so let me come back to the door. This is my workout area. This is where I pull my yoga stuff out. I climb on my treadmill. I follow the little Get Fit, do my Tai Chi or whatever, and then I put it on the calendar. These are all the buckets that I filled that I took with me to the craft fair that I need to take apart, get all my tags and pockets and such out, which will minimize these baskets. There's a large, a medium, and 3 small. I have 3 sets of those. 1, 2, and that one's the 3rd one. I think I have one in here too. Or maybe it's in here. Either way, I think I have another one somewhere. Oh, there's all my stuff. Yeah, I need to unpack. See all those? I could have been putting those in journals this whole time, but I was selling them. My basket is a bit depleted because I pulled from it to do the last couple of things, but yeah, once I take those out, my basket will be full and I won't have to make anything for a while. But let me talk about that. Let me turn the camera back around and talk to you about what we're going to be making. Okay, I have an embossing machine. I have a die cut. It's one and the same. I have all these gadgets that I purchased that I'm not even going to pull out now because I already have enough work in here that I got to do. But I'll pull it out in the next video and show you all the different things that we're going to be working on. I have all kinds of inks and stamps and stencils, and I have stickers. I just have a lot of stuff that I haven't even bothered to pull out yet. And I want to work on those things, especially now that my basket is going to be full of all these other pockets and tags and such. Now I want to concentrate on the unique and the different so that I have even a more variety of things to pull from. So yes, that's it. And then I want to take some of my special favorite pockets and tags and things that I've made and put them in my journal that I'm keeping all those things that I like, that I want to be reminded of. I made this book for that purpose. I'll do a flip through here. Come on, let's go check it out. Okay, this I made a while back. This is for my own personal, it's a keepsake for me to put my favorite things in so that I can refer back to them. I gave myself a really cute journal wrap. I made myself a really cute pocket flip. And I put some of my favorite pages in here. I created a regular pocket and a little teeny baby booklet. Again, these are things that I can be putting in journals that I'm keeping to remind me of that. And then I have this, I made this with a machine that I got. It's the only one I've ever made. It turned out too thick. And then inside, it's just a little thing that you can put in a piece of envelope. And now if I wanted to, I can add more to it, and I can put some brads right here. But this is supposed to be like a little envelope thingy. And I'm going to put this right here, so I have to glue it back on. That was the first one I made. The only attempt I ever made. I'm not sure I like it. But I wanted to keep it in there as a reminder. I like the letter idea. And I left these pages blank so that I could write on them or pin things to them. And then I have more back. I have a lot more back here. But I loved this journal. Okay, and then I just made this one. This is the first journal I ever added any lace to. And this one, added a little piece of ribbon. Before this, I was never a ribbon or a lace girl. This one, I'm not sure. It's an idea of making a little thing and then having that to where you could like pin it down or glue it down. I didn't. It's just an idea. I'm keeping it for ideas. And here is pocket in a pocket. I thought that was cute. So this goes in here, and then this guy goes in here. Again, I loved the idea. And then this one, this was a postcard that I got from Roxy Creations when I first ordered from her. And this is a journal card that I made. I used a piece of digital photo and then a piece of digital, and I cut them both down, and I just left just an edge, and then I gave this one like a little frame, and I liked the way it turned out. So again, I wanted to remind myself of it. And that was the first, no, that was the second, because this is a 3 signature. Okay, and then this one, I put 2 things in. A cute little card. I love the way I did it. I used the Heather from Ruby and Pearl's design ideas, the way she likes to tear the edges and put them on stuff. And I love the backing, so I left it on that. And this was another little tear booklet thingy that I learned from her that I thought was really cute. It's just something you stick. They could tear this out and use this as ephemera. They could collage, you know. It was a cute idea. So I'm not going to make these to sell. I will be making these to insert in journals. And this one, I loved this idea. Watch. Ta-da! It is duplicate belly bands so that I could put, and this has got, it's papers, different papers. See, look. It's got a couple of different sheets sewn in, and then you put a journal card in here. This is like a little teeny side tuck, and it's adorable. So I didn't want to display it that way. I wanted to do it uniquely. So I put it like so, and like, come on, get in there. So, and I thought that was adorable. So I kept that. And then on this page, I put a prissy dangle that I made. And this is a pocket that I created with a little glued to the pouch. And I just put this in as an idea. It's supposed to be like a library card. But I hooked it up. I made it pretty, not just library-ish. And this was the very first one that I ever glued fabric on. And this has a little pocket hidden inside it. Again, here's an idea of some things that I can make to put inside journals. So that I'm not just putting a pocket with a tag, a pocket with a tag. And then this one is a pocket with a tag. But look at this tag. You see it? It's pieced together with just a whole bunch of ripped up scraps. I call them my Franken tags. And I saved this one and I made it a pocket out of that because the digitals with that went perfectly together. But I wanted to save it to remind me that I could make some of those to put inside journals also. Again, I want to try new stuff, but there's some really cool old stuff in here too. And then this one is a really big ephemera pack. Again, I will not be making these to sell, but I will be making these to insert in journals. So it's a bag that you use one digital. I use two. One to use the flap on top and the other to make the bag itself. And I just glued it on the back. And then we'll actually, we will visit that idea at some point. And then I made a trifold. I added some really cute ephemera, and then I made it a little tag that I put a little teeny bit of embossing on. I added some more here, and so if you open up the back, it looks like that, and you open up the front, and it looks like that. Then you just insert it in your little pouch, and then of course you add your twine or your bow or your sari silk or whatever it is that you're going to put on it, or your cord. You can fasten a button or almost anything on here for closure. I chose to do it this way. And then there's that. This is my Rachel from Roxy Creations calls it her hoardy book. I call it my idea inspiration book. And then I have this one. Uh-oh, what was that? Don't know what it is, but this one, I have this one. And I think I put a few things in here too. I can't remember. No, I didn't. This one's plain. I left this one plain for me to journal in, and then as I go I will add whatever. Like if I turn it to this page and I write something here, I can maybe write something here, maybe put something here. I don't know, but I loved it. I loved it, so I kept it for myself. So we'll be working on those things together. Again, I will probably pull out several different things. I'll make a little, not like a list of, let's do this on Monday. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wake up. I'll be inspired by whatever it is that's inspiring me. And I'll bring you that day along with me when I make it or when I test drive it, because again, I have a lot of things I've never used before. I've played around with my embossing machine a couple of times, but I'm in no way, shape, or form a professional. So we're going to learn together. And then I have the spackling and the little spatula and all those stencils that I would like to use. And then I have some envelopes with some really plain white I think they're cards. I think they're already made into cards that I wanted to use some of my stamps on and decorate and get them ready to mail out. And I don't know for, am I going to make them for specific days or people? But I want to do that. And then there's um, the tissue paper, the tracing paper. I would like to learn how to print on that. And then I got to make some more coffee and avocado stained pages so we can be working on that. There's a lot of things I got to do. The one thing, that little signia thing that I showed you on the envelope, I want to really learn how to make those. I got lots. Um, I have paints. I have all kinds of things. And I bought some books to teach me how to draw better. And I have some pencil or pens that I could use and some pencils. So maybe piddle around with some drawings, make my own little, I don't know. I would like to get to the confidence level that some of the other YouTubers out there have when they do their crafts. I'm really new. I started in November, just before Christmas in 2023. So I've been doing it a year since Christmas, and we'll say almost 2 years this November. I'm new and I'm learning. So, but I'm finding the way I like it. And I hope I keep you entertained to the point where you keep wanting to come and visit with me, because I really enjoy doing that. I really enjoy having you. I love the comments. Sometimes y'all are short and sweet, and sometimes you really truly let me in and tell me a little bit about yourselves. And I like them both. So anyhow, that's it for right now. Again, no more pockets and tags and ephemeras, simply concentrating on journals. I will be making those things to fill the journals, but not to sell. So thank you guys so much for watching. You have a blessed day.